I'm at DreamHack Bucharest with Lothar. Hello.
Hello.
I've heard you flew in on Wednesday. Is it true?
Yeah, I did flew on Wednesday with my fiance. We're like planning to sightsee Bucharest. It's a really pretty city, so we wanted to see the most of it.
How was it? What did you see?
We were at the parliament. It's pretty impressive. That's like the biggest building I've ever seen. So that was really cool. We went to a few museums, to the Village Museum, to Natural History Museum. We visited some few restaurants and the temples of Bucharest, and it was really impressive to see such huge town.
So you had quite a lot of time, maybe to also get some rest. Do you think that's important before a big tournament?
Yeah, I think resting and also the mindset before the tournament is like it defines the outcome of your performance during the games. Because in Hearthstone, there's like a there are little places that you can make a small mistake that will like snowball into a huge mistakes later on and will define your game. And when we are playing such a brutal format as single elimination as here, one mistake can just be over for you for the whole tournament. So that could be seen with few players that were notable here, and they were just like kicked out of the tournament in round 1 or round 2, and that's really important to be as in good form as you can possibly be.
Are you pleased with your performance in this tournament?
Well, I'm coming from a TCG environment, so from traditional card games, and the top 8 is like a magical place for us because that was the spot when you got the all the interviews and stuff. So when you top 8 a tournament, that was the goal for many players, and I did top 16 here, so that was really disappointing for me because I really wanted to be in the top 8 at least. That was my goal, and of course I wanted to win it all, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, but not at all. I just happy that I didn't been kicked out in the round 1. That would be like huge disappointment for me.
What could you have done to change a bit the place you ended up on?
I think I wouldn't change much. Maybe I would pick another third deck because I was pretty happy with my Hunter and Tempo Rogue deck that I borrowed from Savage. And maybe the third choice, which was a Druid Ramp, was not so properly equipped against current metagame. So I think if I would work harder on the Druid deck, maybe that would be a difference for me in the round of 16.
In what other tournaments have you participated, and what was your best achievement?
Well, I think the best achievement for me was qualifying for the IAM Katowice 2014. That was also a very brutal format because the eliminations were like 2 tournaments. The first one was single elimination, which is open, so it was a bunch of players above 150, I think, and I had to top 2 that tournament, and then from like 4 tournaments, 8 players from top 2 from everyone from every tournament before played in each other a double elimination bracket and just won 1 slot to get to the Katowice. So I won the second tournament. I got to Katowice to play against my teammate Synex, against Nimsh, and against Artosis, and the Nimsh and Artosis were invited to the tournament, and yeah, I placed it 4th there, but that was my biggest achievement right now because that was a huge spotlight for me, and well, I was pretty happy with myself for getting there. So
There are some players that transition from StarCraft to Hearthstone. Do you think it's why is that? Is it user friendly, or why do you think some people choose Hearthstone?
I don't know about StarCraft players why they choose Hearthstone. Maybe they feel it's like more casual and easier for them to win at some card game than like on some hardcore strategy games. But I think that many players don't know that card games are like very different from every other genre that you can play because it takes a lot of effort to be like in the current metagame. You have to know what's in the pool right now, what are the viable decks, which decks are popular, and that's the most important part when you prepare for a tournament. You have to know what to play because deck choices are the outcome of your performance.
How about that decks? How do you make your decks?
Actually, I was playing Hunter from like beginning of the beta game, beta tests for Hearthstone, and it was like a natural evolution for me to transit into the more current versions. And frankly, in the current Hunter version was popularized by Colento, and because of that, you have to adjust your decks, and it was clear enough for like every other player that the current metagame just is defined by Hunter. So you have to adjust your deck to be the best deck played right now, or to be opposite to it. So I chose to be the latter, to be the first, to choose the first, and play with the current best Hunter deck. I just choose like a little tweaks, like adding one explosive trap, because when your opponent knows your deck, and it's probably he will, because that's the popular deck right now, you can choose to put 1 or 2 cards that can throw him off guard and catch him by surprise, and that's also an important part when you tweak the popular decks.
I actually downloaded the game myself, but I'm just a beginner. What advice do you have for the players out there who are just beginners?
Actually, I think the most important thing is to watch the better players, the more experienced ones, which we can find like educational streams, like from Trump, from myself, or from any other player, which are like the top of the world, because they are saying why they are playing each card, why they choose them, and what is the reason in their moves. So when you got that, after the basic rules, you have like a additional manual for the game, and it's like very important to know the mindset and the plays from the better players. So you can be better by yourself, I think so, because you have to improve on someone who's better than you. I think like playing in a team is to find like a couple of people that will play with you and discuss the cards, discuss the decks, and playtest in a group is a best way to improve yourself.
Streams in Hearthstone are quite popular. Why do you think that is? There are some people who are skeptical about this.
I think that Hearthstone is a completely, well, maybe not completely, but reaches to a new group of viewers, because when card games, the traditional card games, the collectible ones, were like played in tournaments, they are always offline, because you have like almost no online versions. The viewerships is limited to the players. And when it comes to such accessible games like Hearthstone, which can be taught to anyone, it can be your grandma, it can be your father, it can be your sister that is 6 years old, anyone can play it, then the streams will gather new attention, and that's why what I think about an example, Hearthstone exceeding the viewerships of Dota 2 at DreamHack. It's really awesome, and I think that the bosses of DreamHack, after seeing that, we have to rethink the next DreamHacks and the Hearthstone events there.
They're going to rethink a bit. Do you think it might be in the future they're going to change, considering that the StarCraft viewers are not so many, and to make Hearthstone the main event? Do you think this will happen in the future?
I don't think that will happen very fast, because Hearthstone's a new game. Maybe it won't happen anyway, that Hearthstone can be a main event at DreamHack, but I think I'm pretty sure that at next DreamHack Hearthstone will be like equal to other tournaments, not a main event, but equally treated when it comes to streaming, to the attention on the main floor, and well, prizes and stuff. So I think that will be the next step.
Are you streaming yourself? Where do people can come and watch you?
Yeah, I'm streaming myself. It's hard to, actually to divide the time between having a full-time job, playing in a band, and streaming and playtesting and attending tournaments. So that's kind of hard, but I will try to stream now, well, more because I got the attention now to take advantage of that. And well, you can find me on Twitch /Lothar HS, so that's easy to find.
So you're saying you have a trading card background. Do you think that this helps you?
Yeah, I think it does. Many of the players have backgrounds from DTCG, and it can be seen a lot that those players are like from the start they're like at least mediocre at Hearthstone, because the transition between, an example, Magic or World of Warcraft TCG, which I was playing mainly back then, takes a little effort to make those little changes, because the basic mechanics are very alike. And you have to just change your mind a little. But the basic cards, the basic stats, the basic trading rules when it comes to attacking stuff and killing your opponent's minions is basically the same. So you have just to learn the new cards and just like adjust your playstyle to the new game. So I think it's very important, and the players from other TCGs had a huge advantage over other players.
You're also a caster. Why do you think it's important to have good casters?
I think it's important for every game, but Hearthstone is primarily different from other games that it's turn-based. So actually casters have a lot of time to discuss things, to keep things interesting for the crowd, to just be focused on the game. Because sometimes when you when are you watching tournaments, the turns that take the players are taking a lot of time. So if you were like they were not talking at all during that time, I think the viewership will drop. So having a good caster that will just fill those places with something interesting, it's very important in such games. So I think Dan, Frodan, and Crip were a terrific couple at DreamHack, and well, they did a great job.
Can you name 3 qualities that a good caster should have?
Well, a good accent, and I have to work on that because my accent isn't so good. I feel that also the openness of the person, you're open to other people. You can ask them questions. You'll be comfortable with saying things to people. It's that kind of obvious, but it's very important. And I think like having a humor in Hearthstone is very important, because Hearthstone is feeling like a casual game. So actually, when you see the casting teams from Hearthstone and from other games, they're quite different, because there are quite a lot of humor, and they are not so uptight when it comes to Hearthstone. So it's basically you feel the atmosphere of like colleagues or something like that, and I think it doesn't happen in other games, so that's quite different.
Okay, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I have shoutouts to my team. Hello, Planetkey Dynamics, and well, hello to Andre, because he's a fabulous organizer. He made this happen, and I'm really happy I was here. So, and of course, I wanted to say hello to my sponsor, TT Esports. I love them, and I hope they will sponsor my next DreamHack event.
Okay, speaking of accents, what's the right way to pronounce Hearthstone?
I think it's Hearthstone. I think it's Hearthstone.
In that note, thank you very much.
Thank you.